What is going on, you guys? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with a quick 6.5 release notes updates. As we're waiting for the update right now, they've been generous to show us what's going on here in terms of upcoming for the game, as well as a sneak peek of some of the newest characters being added. So, a great opportunity, guys. We've already saw kind of, last week with the blog post that we're going to see, the additions of Black Panther, 1MM, and Nakia, as well as we didn't hear about this Dark Beast being added now, and there's been some reworks that's very interesting, as we'll see also with Magneto. But, this is going to be a very jam-packed update. So get ready, guys. Let's dive right in terms of the events and what to expect. So we saw the glimpse of Iron Man Zombie, and there's going to be a limited event ongoing for him. So we got to take advantage. They noted that it was going to be a one-time event this year, and likely won't see that return until next year. So keep that in mind. We have the newcomers of Black Panther and Nakia joining Shuri, Okoye, and Black Panther, a part of this new War Dogs team as part of the Alliance War. So keep that in mind. And now that we got more additional confirmation on the Death Scourge with the Wakandans being required along with the Bionic Avengers, it's going to be very interesting to see how this dynamic in terms of what we can utilize going forward. I still need to do a deep dive in terms of what we're expecting, but both those teams are very powerful. So it's going to be interesting. We need to use both teams, or maybe perhaps lean more towards the one and another being a B team to be part of that sacrificial and strong initial attack to soak up damage. We also finally got additional confirmation here on Dark Beast. So, basically an evil version of him, and lending his powers to actually the new Deathseed team, combinating with both Magneto and Psylocke. So, good to see that there's reworks being made for both of them respectively, on top of Hela having a combination with Undead Iron Man as well. So for sure, they already added some stat increases and so forth down here as well, but as well as new costumes. As you can see, Iron Man Silver Centurion, we got the new Namor, and then as well as Magic as part of the Midnight Suns. Could be a heads up and preview in terms of maybe potentially a Midnight Suns team coming to the game. More to come for sure, I bet. But as you can see, they give additional detail and confirmation here that recruitment of the Iron Man Zombie is going to be a one-time event. So we definitely want to take advantage of this event if possible. If you guys are planning to utilize him in addition to Hela, the rework there. And then there is going to be a Dogs of War a campaign event specifically for Nakia. And generally how that works for these events is we do want to save up power cores, so that way we are able to farm more energy shards, and that's going to ultimately allow us to unlock more fragments of her. New features, updates, and more. So really going through kind of the nitty gritty in terms of some quality of life updates for us too. So that's always good to see. So you can see players level 75 earning teal gear. They're going to get access to some of the newer difficulties here available for specifically the Heroes chapter, and as well as villains. So if they are difficult, if we have an issue going through it, for sure, I'm going to take that opportunity to make some videos for you guys. But to be honest, I'm not sure how that's going to look in terms of difficulty until that comes into play. What's nice about the quality of life update now is the combat speed is now retained after even closing the app. So that's really good, because generally I never play in 1x or 2x. So it's just going to be a nice little, saves you a bit of time, especially when you're trying to go through the motions, and you definitely don't want to, constantly be resetting that. Another one is this retreat option in raids. So we've already seen in the Doom 2, Doom 3 raids how significant RNG can play a factor, but we have this quit battle and raid match, which essentially allows us to basically retreat so that we can reset. It doesn't even utilize the raid energy, so ideally it can actually really kind of smooth out the RNG that we get, especially when you have those rounds where your characters are wiped out right at the beginning. I think that's a huge update, especially when we're trying to compete competitively and you're just trying to reduce that risk that everything can go wrong, even with how powerful your characters have already been raised. And sometimes all it comes down to is the luck in terms of how that was kind of set up in the match itself. So that's a huge one. Another quick one, real quick, is the challenge sim. So it just saves a little bit more time. We can now simulate 3 challenges at once. That's absolutely huge. In Alliance War practice mode now, we also have a War Save squad team. So that's going to be allowing us to really be able to prepare accordingly, but save us a bit of time in getting those prepped up even before Alliance War's launch. And that's the issue with them having that cancellation as well with Alliance War a day or two ago. There's some reminders here with iOS version 11 and 12, Android 5 and 6 that these devices are no longer supported. So keep that in mind, guys. And then we get a couple more updates here with the bug fixes And what I want to bring our attention to is actually the resizing of Hulk. So they have actually addressed this, guys. They have successfully resized Hulk in the roster screen to be in his full size. So it's still reduced in the squad selection, but it looks like now he is 100% full size in combat. So I'm very excited to see how this is going to play out now in combat. The moment the game's back live, I'm going to be trying this out right away, because that is the justice that he deserves overall. So really, really good and notable there, and I'm really happy they were able to actually make that revision there. But otherwise, guys, take your time to go through some of the patches here. And as well, we got finally a sneak peek here of Dark Beast being part of a controller villain now, respectively, for the Deathseed. So he's going to have some changes overall to his main attacks. But keep in mind, their team is going to be a raid team. And it looks like what's different about him is that he's actually going to be able to summon a clone that scales with his abilities. He's going to be applying defense up as opposed to cleansing. But what's really different as well is he can revive a dead Deathseed member. So that's a little different as well, and applying additional regen and just a sustainability, which is what he's always been known for. His ultimate ability is what's going to be able to flip positive effects into negatives through the enemy targets. He can also additionally apply ability block and counter to his allies, and just bleeding as well, and additional damage. So I mean, he's just going to overall change the dynamic of Beast that we know, and that's really cool. And as well, his passive here, you can see he's going to be able to actually allow them to have defense up to gain additional armor. In raid specifically, they're going to get offense up, additional damage, and as well speed up. So he's going to be just a jack of all trades really for this Deathseed team. It's going to be really notable, especially in the raids dynamic. I'm really curious how this is going to be applying in the end game stages, if that value can actually be bringing to light a different dynamic in terms of what we expect in the raids for mutants respectively. And then additionally, guys, just some character updates. The one I really like about this is Shuri gaining the war dog trait as well, and that's huge. She even gets a couple buffs here, as you can see. On war offense, she's gaining charges, and then let's see here, with her ultimate ability, she's actually going to be gaining clearing, heal block, and as well as negative effects using her ultimate ability on each of the war dogs. So that's notable there as well. But overall, just a great year for Shuri with the reworks and the Wakandans. Really, really good stuff to see for sure. Otherwise, if you scroll down here, they just go through the rest of the different updates, and specifically stat increases and decreases for them as well. And then more notably, Magneto and Psylocke getting some much needed love. There are going to be some really strong reworks, guys. So Magneto used to be on the bottom of the food chain for legendaries. This is going to change the game, especially with Dark Beast and in tandem with that new synergy of the Deathseed. I'm very excited to see how this team is going to play out, especially as a meta raid team. So for sure, definitely need time to deep dive the rest of this, but we also see the increases here to Hela as well. And then otherwise, guys, yeah, just a quick update here in respect of all the characters. A really jam-packed patch post for sure, so take your time. But we went through some of the big stuff here, and then as well as even getting some footage here of how the new war dogs are going to be looking like on the screenshot here. So there you guys have it. Hope you enjoyed this quick and brief update. I can't wait to show you guys some new gameplay. I'm back in action now from vacation, so there's lots to go over, and I still have to go through some of the Famine Saga stuff with respectively my Unlimited X-Men team. So definitely we'll keep you guys posted. Thank you as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.